The streetlights are humming in a low, hollow blue, while I'm tracing the shadows and looking for you. The tea in my cup has gone bitter and cold, just like the promises we couldn't hold. I'm staring at pictures where we used to glow. The house is too quiet, the air is too thin. I don't know where us ends and lonely begins. The clock on the wall is a heartbeat of lead, counting the things that we should have said. And it's 2 a.m. when the silence gets loud, and I'm looking for silver in every dark cloud. I'm reaching for hands that aren't there to be held, trying to fix what the universe felt. It's the hour of gold, and the ghosts look like you. Every dream that we had, now it's breaking in two. Yeah, it's 2 a.m. and I'm losing my mind, left in the wreckage you left far behind. Your scent is a ghost on the side of the bed, an echo of laughter inside of my head. I try to delete every message you sent, but I can't unlive all the years that we spent. The world is asleep while I'm drowning in why, watching the moon bleed its light from the sky. They say that the dawn brings a reason to start, but how do you wake with a hole in your heart? The sun is a liar, the stars are a cheat. They don't see the way that I taste this defeat. I'd give every morning I'll ever see, just for one midnight with you next to me. The city is breathing, but I'm standing still. If you won't come back, I don't think I will. Just the hum of the fridge and the tick of the clock. I'm waiting for keys in a ghost-ridden lock. It's 2 a.m. and I'm still I'm still missing you. I'm standing on the platform of a ghost town track, waiting for a train that isn't coming back. I've memorized the map, every line on your hand, like a kingdom of gold buried under the sand. The world keeps on turning, the seasons decay, but I'm trapped in the minute you walked away. They say time is a healer, a river that flows, but the deeper it gets, the more the ache grows. My bones are getting weary, my hair's turning gray. In this waiting room light, where the light fades away, I've stayed at the window, I've kept on the light, just a lighthouse for someone who's lost in the night. And I'll wait for 1,000 years if I have to. I'll stay in the wreckage, I'll stay in the you. Though my heart is a ruin, though my lungs are of stone, I'd rather be waiting than learn to belong. Let the empires crumble, let the oceans run dry. I'll be the last whisper under the sky. 1,000 years gone, and 1,000 years more, I'm still the same shadow outside of your door. The ink in my journal is starting to fade, like the promises made in the bed where we laid. I see your face in the strangers passing the street, a bittersweet rhythm, a hollowed out beat. I've forgotten the sound of my own name out loud, just a reflection, a shape in the cloud. Every sunset I see is a debt that I pay for the love that I couldn't convince you to stay. Time isn't a line, it's a circle of grief, and I'm just a fallen and withered up leaf. They tell me to leave you, they tell me to run, but how do you hide from the heat of the sun? I'll let the dust settle, I'll let the moss grow. I'm the only one left who still remembers the show. Empires crumble, let the oceans run dry. I'll be the last whisper under the sky. 1,000 years gone, and 1,000 years more. I'm still the same shadow outside of your door. 10 centuries, 10,000 nights, still chasing the ghost of your flickering lights. The clock has stopped ticking, the air is so still. If I can't have your love, then the silence will. 1,000 years, I'm still here. The morning paper sitting on the porch in the rain, and I just saw a movie that would have healed your pain. I reached for my phone, I even dialed your name. Before I remembered that nothing's the same. The flowers in the window are finally in bloom, but there's no one to see them in this quiet room. It's 2025 and the world's moving fast, but I'm holding a story that's stuck in the past. I've got 1,000 jokes and 1,000,000 guess whats, but they're tangled in a stomach full of heavy knots. I'm a radio tower with no one on the line, just broadcasting secrets to a ghost of mine. And it's the loneliest feeling I've ever known, to have a heart full of stories and be all alone. I've got good news and bad news and wonders to share, but I'm just whispering honey to the empty air. The best parts of me are the ones you once knew, and now they're just echoes because I'm missing you. I'm a book with no reader, a bell with no swell. I got heaven to show you, but no one to tell. I finally fixed that shelf that you said was a mess, and I bought that blue shirt that you liked, I confess. I stood in the kitchen and I waited for praise, for the look at you, darling, that brightened my days. But the silence is heavy and the silence is deep. It's the only companion I have when I sleep. I saw a shooting star over the edge of the hill, and I saved the wish for you. I guess I always will. What's a sunset worth if you don't see it too? It's just a fire in the sky that reminds me of you. What's a victory win if you want at the door? It just feels like a weight on this cold wooden floor. I'm bursting with words like a flood in a well, but I'm drowning in secrets with no one to tell. I've got good news and bad news and wonders to share, but I'm just whispering honey to the empty air. The best parts of me are the ones you once knew, and now they're just echoes because I'm missing you. I'm a book with no reader, a bell with no swell. I've got heaven to show you, but no that I miss you today. No one to tell that I'm not okay. It's December 2025, the lights going down, and I'm the quietest person in this noisy town. Just me and the story, no one to tell. The driveway's empty, and the porch lights burn out. I'm sitting in the kitchen with a ghost of a doubt. I've got your old sweatshirt and a map of our town, but I'm just a pilot whose plane's going down. It's December 2025, and the world is turning cold while I'm holding on to stories that will never be told. I watch the neighbors laughing through the window across the street while I'm measuring the distance of a life in complete. I used to have a co-pilot. I used to have a friend. I never thought the highway had a jagged little end. And now the radio is static, and the mirrors are all blurred, and I love you is the loneliest thing I've ever heard. 'Cause I wreck alone in the middle of the night with no one there to tell me it's gonna be alright. I'm crashing into memories and I'm burning on the floor, staring at the shadow of your exit through the door. I'm a pile of broken glass and a heart made of stone, just a slow motion disaster. And I wreck alone. Yeah, I wreck alone. I finally washed the coffee cups we left in the sink. It gave me way too much time to just sit here and think about the way you looked in August, about the way you said my name before the sparks we started turning to a 25 flame. I try to build a barrier, I try to fix the wall, but I'm just waiting for the gravity to make me fall. Every time I close my eyes, I'm back at the scene of the everything we could have been, and everything we've been. There's no blue lights flashing, there's no siren in the dark, just a hollow kind of silence where we used to have a spark. I'm the only one who saw it, I'm the only one who felt the way the world around me started to dissolve and melt. I'd ask for help, I'd reach a hand, I'd try to find a way, but I'm the one who drove the love until it went astray. See the way the 2024 winter is breaking me, just a skid mark on the pavement, just a whisper in the wind. I'm paying for the places where our forever had to end. I'm still falling, I'm still crashing. I wreck I'm standing in the kitchen where the light begins to fail, tracing every coffee ring and every chipped off nail. It's December 2021 and the frost is on the glass, watching all the seasons that we promised we would pass. I've got your old gray sweater and the books you never read, and a million heavy conversations living in my head. They tell me I should move along. They say the world is wide, but they don't see the hollow space I'm carrying inside. I'm a pilot with no compass, I'm a sailor with no sea. I don't know how to be a person when it isn't we. I wake up every morning and I reach across the bed, only to remember every word we never said. 'Cause I don't know how to live for me when I only live for you. I don't know how to paint the sky a different shade of blue. Every breath I'm taking feels like something I have stolen from the ghost of the forever that was written in our soul. I'm a house with no one in it, I'm a heart that's out of time, trying to find a reason or a mountain left to climb. Now the world is moving forward, but I'm stuck here in the view. 'Cause I don't know how to live when I only live for you. I saw our favorite movie and I sat there in the dark, waiting for the punchline that would always strike a spark. I turned to see your reaction, but the sea was cold and bare, just a heavy thumping silence sitting in the theater air. I'm learning how to grocery shop for one instead of two, but every single aisle just reminds me of you. The us is just a memory and the me is just a ghost in the wreckage of the person that I used to love the most. Is it a crime to be this broken? Is it a sin to stay this still? If I can't find a way to let you go, I don't think I ever will. They say that time's a healer, but I think that time's a cheat. It just makes the absence longer on this cold and lonely street. I'd give back every heartbeat, I'd give back every day, just to be the person that you didn't walk away from. I live for you. 2023, and I'm still waiting for the sun. How do I start a life when the only one I wanted is done? Live for you, just you. I'm staring at the table where the sunlight hits the dust, looking at the hinges of a heart beginning to rust. It's 2025, but I'm living in the past, trying to glue the shards of a love that didn't last. I've got the house, the car, and the view of the bay, but everything feels hollow since you walked away. It's like 1,000-piece puzzle spread across the floor, but I'm searching for the one that walked out through the door. I've tried to fill the gap with the work and the wine. I've tried to tell my reflection that I'm doing fine, but there's a cold, sharp corner in the center of my chest, a jagged little space that won't let me rest. And you're the missing piece I'll never find again, the color in the gray, the always in the then. I got the frame of a life, the borders in the blue, but the picture is a ghost because it's missing you. I can build a new kingdom, I can sail a new sea, but I'm a broken design for as long as I be. Yeah, the puzzle is ruined, the pattern is through. I'm just a lonely shape missing you. I saw your coat in the back of the hall closet today. I couldn't bring myself to throw the memory away. It still smells like the rain in that winter in Maine, before that I love yous turned into I'm in pain. I'm trying to fit strangers into your empty space, but they don't have your eyes and they don't have your grace. It's like trying to put a star in a jar made of glass, watching the beauty of what we had simply pass. They say that whole is a state of the mind, but how do you wake when your soul's left behind? I'm a map with no legend, a song with no key. I'm half of a person, the half that was we. I'd trade every future and every gold crown just to find that one piece that fell to the ground. You're the missing piece I'll never find again. The color in the gray, the always in the then. I got the frame of a life, the borders and the blue, but the picture is a ghost because it's missing you. I can build a new kingdom, I can sail a new sea, but I'm a broken design for as long as I be. Yeah, the puzzle is ruined, the pattern is through. I'm just a lonely shape missing you. Is torn, the edges are frayed. December 2020 fade, and the memory hasn't faded. I'm still looking under the couch, I'm still looking in the dark for the only thing that ever gave me a spark. Missing piece. The hallway light is flickering, it's 22 fade, and I'm just going through the motions to stay alive. The keys are on the counter where you left them in a heap, beside the half-read book and the promises we couldn't keep. I walked into the kitchen to pour a drink for two, but the silence in the kitchen hit me harder than the truth. The air is sitting heavy, the shadows growing tall, and I'm just a hollow echo bouncing off the bedroom wall. The scent of your shampoo is fading from the rug. I'm reaching for the ghost of your 3 a.m. hug. The world is getting louder, but I can't hear a thing except the ghost of the laughter that we used to bring. And God, is so empty without you here. I'm drowning in an ocean of the things I fear. There's a hole in the center of the life we made, watching every color start to flicker and fade. The bed is like a desert, the house is like a tomb, just a vast and hollow coldness in every single room. I'm a vessel with no captain, a sky with no blue. I'm just empty, so empty without trailer that I knew you'd wanna see. I turned to tell you Friday, then I realized it's just me. The us has turned to was, and the now has turned to never. I'm staring at the wreckage of a broken down forever. I try to fill the space with the radio and noise, but I'm just a lonely child looking for his broken toys. The space you left is jagged, the edges are so sharp. It's like someone ripped the strings right out of my heart. They say the time is filling, that the gaps will start to close, but the more the days go by, the more the hollow grows. I'm a house with no windows, a fire with no heat, walking like a stranger down our old familiar street. I give everything I own, every breath I have to spare, just to see your messy coat hanging on that empty chair. 'Cause it's so empty without you December 25th. I'm barely alive, the silence is the loudest thing I've ever known. Just me and the shadows in this house that isn't home. Empty. Keep a jar upon the shelf beside the bedroom door to catch the things I can't explain or carry anymore. Every time I hear your name and feel that familiar sting, or see the empty coffee cup or your old turquoise ring.
It's 2025 and the world is moving fast, but I'm still collecting droplets from a dream that couldn't last. One for the Tuesday when you packed your final bag, and one for every I love you that started to lag.
The glass is getting heavy, the water's crystal clear, the liquid history of every lonely year. I'm running out of space to hold the weight of us, watching all our silver memories turn to salt and rust. And I'm holding a jar of tears tonight, reflecting the glow of the pale moonlight. It's an ocean in a bottle, it's a storm inside a seal. The only thing I have left that's actually real. If I tip it over, will the floorboards start to drown? Will the memory of you finally wash out of this town? I'm living in the wreckage, I'm dying in the fears, just a ghost with a jar of tears. Neighbors' lights are turning off, the street is going still. I'm staring at the label that I wrote with broken will. I added one this morning when I smelled your old perfume, lingering like a phantom in the corner of a room. They say that time is sunshine and it dries up every pool, but I'm still playing the collector, I'm still playing the fool. It's a fragile kind of treasure, it's a heavy kind of price to keep the rain that fell from my own weary eyes. What happens when it overflows and spills across the floor? Will I find the strength to walk out through that door? Or will I just go searching for a bigger glass to fill? Because without the hurting, I don't think I have the will. I'm addicted to the sorrow, I'm in love with the regret. I'm not ready to be someone who can finally forget. I'm holding a jar of tears tonight, reflecting the glow of the pale moonlight. It's an ocean in a bottle, it's a storm inside a sea. The only thing I have left that's actually real. If I tip it over, will the floorboards start to drown? Will the memory of you finally wash out of this town? I'm living in the wreckage, I'm dying in the fears, just a ghost with a jar of tears.
Drop by drop, heartbeat by heartbeat, the collection grows, the river flows. December 2020 feet, and I'm still here, cradling the sword, cradling the fear. Just me and my jar of tears.
The moon is just a sliver in the 2025 sky, and I'm still searching for a reason in your last goodbye. I walk through rooms where your laughter used to bloom like flowers, but now I'm just a prisoner of these hollow, silent hours. I look into the mirror, but the glass is cold and strange. I'm staring at a person that the grief has had to change. You were the sun that kept the darkness from my door. Now the light is gone and I don't know who I am anymore.
The walls are closing in, the floor is falling through. Everything I touch is just an echo of you.
I'm a ghost in my own skin,
Drifting through the gray, watching the best parts of me simply wither away.
'Cause you were the light and now you're the hope, and I'm living in the shadow of my soul. I'm reaching for a hand that I know isn't there, whispering your name to the cold December air. The heartbeat is heavy, the rhythm is wrong. I'm the broken melody of a forgotten song. Since you walked away and left me far from home, I'm just a ghost in the shadow of my soul. I found your favorite book with the corner folded down. It's the only piece of us left in this lonely town. I try to read the words, but the ink begins to blur, thinking of the him and the us that we were. I'm haunted by the ghost of the life we didn't live, by the I'm sorry's that I didn't get to give. Now I'm an outline, a sketch in the rain, a masterpiece of sorrow, a portrait of pain. Is there a way
color back to life, to cut through this silence with the memory's knife. I'd trade every tomorrow just to have one yesterday, before the fire went out and the world turned to gray. I'm tired of the cold, I'm tired of the dark. I'm a dying ember looking for a spark. Cause you were the light, and now you're the hole. And I'm living in the shadow of my soul. I'm reaching for a hand that I know isn't there, whispering your name to the cold December air. The heartbeat is heavy, the rhythm is wrong. I'm the broken melody of a forgotten song. Since you walked away and left me far from home, I'm just a ghost in the shadow of my soul. I'm just a shadow. Just a shadow, just a blur. Wishing I could be the person that you prefer. It's 2025 and the night is so long. I'm still here, still waiting in the shadow of my soul.
I'm sitting in the kitchen of the house we haven't sold, watching 20 center fires turn bitter and turn cold. I used to think that forever was a promise, not a debt, but now it's just the ceiling for a life of deep regret. I remember how we laughed about the wrinkles we would wear, but now I'm just a shadow breathing in the empty air. I traded in our always for a right now and a lie, and now I have to watch the best thing I ever had just die. The coffee's getting frozen in the cup upon the stand. I'm reaching for the ghost of where you used to lay your hand. It's a long way down from the pedestal I built, underneath the crushing heavy mountain of my guilt. And I'm regretting suitcase and a coat. I had a million apologies written in my throat, but you looked so much lighter with the distance in your eyes, like you'd finally found a sun that wasn't covered in my lies. I wanted to scream, I've changed, I can fix it, I can try, but I just watched the 2025 winter train go rushing by. Now the silence is a symphony, and I'm the only guest, with a heart that's beating hollow in a cold and empty chest. They say that time's a healer, but I think that time's a thief. It just gives you more room to house an everlasting grief. I'd give back every heartbeat, I'd give back every breath, to save our little kingdom from this quiet, lonely death. I was a storm that broke the glass, I was the frost that killed the gray, and now I'm just a man standing lost out in the rain. And I'm regretting forever, I'm regretting the earth, watching all our gold turn to powder and to rust. I took them on it by the ghost of every word we never said. I had eternity in my hands and I let it slip away. Now I'm wishing for a tomorrow that looks just like yesterday. It's a long, lonely road when you've lost your guiding star, just heartbroken, regretting forever. Forever is a long time to be this alone. Forever is a heavy weight when you're turning into stone. I'm sorry. It's December 23rd, and I'm the only one left in this fading memory, regretting forever. I watch your taillights vanish in the gray 2025 rain, like a slow motion static, like a dull thumping pain. I had the sentences ready, lined up in my head, but I let the silence swallow all the things I should have said. Now the kitchen is a canyon, and the hallway is a ghost, and I'm haunting the corners where I needed you the most. The air is heavy with the weight of the almost. I'm a sinking ship drifting away from the coast. I kept my pride like a shield made of ice, and losing you forever was the ultimate screaming to the ceiling, the words I didn't say. I'm begging for a minute to just wash the pride away. I should've told you you're the heartbeat in every single breath, that living without you is a quiet kind of death. I'm sorry, I love you, please stay, don't go. All the simple truths I was too scared to show, now they're just echoes in an empty display. Nothing but the ghosts of the words I didn't say. Found your hair clip underneath the passenger seat, a tiny silver reminder of a life incomplete. I practiced my apology until the sun turned to red, but I'm talking to a pillow on your side of the bed. Is it too late for a maybe? Is it too late to try? Or am I just a stranger watching 2025 pass by? They say that silence is golden, but they're wrong, it's lead. It's a mountain of granite in a world of the dead. I'd tear out my tongue just to hear you call my name, to have one more chance to extinguish this flame. I was a coward, I was a stone, and now I'm the king of a house, not a home. To the ceiling, the words I didn't say. I'm begging for a minute to just wash the pride away. I should've told you you're the heartbeat in every single breath, that living without you is a quiet kind of death. I'm sorry, I love you, please stay, don't go. All the simple truths I was too scared to show, now they're just echoes in an empty display. Nothing but the ghosts of the words I didn't say. I love you, I love you. I'm standing in the driveway, but you're miles away. The ink is dry, the well is empty. The sun is setting on a year I can't reclaim. Words I didn't say, just silence in your name. Sitting on the edge of the space you used to fill. The coffee's getting cold on the wooden windowsill. I'm looking at the ring indentation on your hand, like a footprint in the water of a line drawn in the sand. You were the only person who could read between my lines, the only light that mattered in these heavy, dark designs. Now I'm staring at the hallway waiting for your key, while I realized the anchor was always you and never me. They say that nothing lasts, that the gold will always fade, but I wasn't ready for the price that must be paid. I'm holding on to ghosts just to keep the bedsheet warm, trying to find the center of a never-ending storm. 'Cause you were too good to lose, but I lost you anyway. Now I'm begging for the night to just give back the day. I let a diamond slip through fingers made of glass, and now I'm watching every dream we ever built just pass. You were the best of me, the part I couldn't keep, the only reason I would wake, the only way I'd sleep. It's a hollow kind of living, it's a bitter kind of blues, knowing you were perfect and you were too good to lose. Too good to lose. I see you in the market, I see you in the park. Terrified of silence and I'm frightened of the dark, because the quiet is a mirror where I see my own mistakes, and the dark is where the memory of your laughter always breaks. I should have said I'm sorry till my throat was raw and red. I should have fought the demons that were living in my head, but I took for granted that the sun would always rise, until I saw the goodbye growing steady in your eyes. Is there a parallel world where I didn't let you go, where I cherished every second, where I made the garden grow? I'm a king without a kingdom, I'm a bird without a sky. I'm 1,000 different questions with a never-ending why. I trade every breath I've taken and everyone to come, just to be the person that you were running to, not from. Now I'm begging for the night to just give back the day. I let a diamond slip through fingers made of glass, and now I'm watching every dream we ever built just pass. You were the best of me, the part I couldn't keep, the only reason I would wake, the only way I'd sleep. It's a hollow kind of living, it's a bitter kind of blues, knowing you were perfect and you were too good to lose. Too good to lose. Too good to lose. something with a broken-hearted plan. The stars are still shining, but they don't look the same. In a world that doesn't echo with the music of your name. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. You were too good, and I was just me. I'm looking at the dust dance in the light of an afternoon that never feels quite right. The calendar is frozen on a Tuesday in July. The last time I saw the reflection of the sky in your eyes. They say that memories fade like an old photograph, but I can still hear the jagged edge of your laugh. The world is rushing forward, a river out of bounds, but I'm still here, tracing the same hollow ground. The stars have shifted places, the moon has turned to gray, but I'm still standing exactly where you walked away. There's a clock in my chest that refuses to chime. I'm caught in the gears of a different time. These are timeless tears I cry. A grief that doesn't wither, a pain that doesn't die. It's been 1,000 sunsets, or maybe just an hour. I'm still waiting for the sea to turn into a flower. Every was isn't is, every then isn't now. I'm trying to forget you, but I don't know how. While the universe ages and the galaxies veer, I'm trapped in the salt of a permanent tear. I bought a new house, but I kept the old key. A heavy piece of metal that won't set me free. I see you in the window of every passing car. I'm reaching for a light from a long dead star. My friends have stopped calling, they don't know what to say to a man, woman who's living in a yesterday. Is it a haunting if I'm the one who won't leave, or just a long shadow of the way that I grieve? They promised me a morning where the ache will be gone, where the heart doesn't break at the sight of the dawn. But what if the sorrow is all that I have left, the only thing remaining in this house of theft? If I stop crying, do you disappear too? I'd rather be drowning than be over you. doesn't wither, a pain that doesn't die. It's been 1,000 sunsets, or maybe just an hour. I'm still waiting for the seed to turn into a flower. Every was isn't is, every then isn't now. I'm trying to forget you, but I don't know how the universe ages and the galaxies veer. I'm trapped in the salt of a permanent tear. Forever is a word that I finally understand. It's the weight of the silence, the touch of your hand that isn't there. It's 2025 and I'm still in that room, waiting for the light to break through the gloom. Timeless, endless, still I'll always love you. I guess I always will. The clock on the mantle is reversed, or maybe I'm just living inside of a curse. The coffee is steaming, the sun's going down. I'm watching the shadows reclaim our old town. I'm staring at the to swing before you took off your coat and your diamond ring. I'm closing my eyes just to feel the floor shake before the foundations began to break. I'm a master of editing, cutting the scenes, deleting the fights and the what does this mean? I'm scrubbing the tape till the colors are bright, back to the glow of that first Friday night. And I'm hitting it, let me rewind again, going back to the us before the then, watching the tears move back to your eyes. I'm breaking the heart, I'm telling the lies. I'm living in loops of a life we once led, saving the things that were alive and yet said. But the tape starts to flicker, the image is thin, and I'm losing the battle. I'm trying to win, oh, I'm stuck in the midnight rewind. The house is a museum of things you don't need, a garden of memories choked out by weed. I play back the laughter, I play back the touch. I didn't know no more could wait quite this much. I see you in 4K, I see you in blue, a digital ghost that I'm whispering to. The static is rising, the tracking is off. I'm choking on silence in a wintertime cough. But you can't fix a glass once it's shattered to dust, and you
can't polish love that has turned into rust. No matter how many times I press play, you're still gonna leave at the end of the day. The sunrise is coming to burn out the screen and show me the hollow where forever had been. I'm hitting that memory rewind again, going back to the us before the then, watching the tears move back to your eyes. I'm breaking the heart, I'm telling the lies. I'm living in loops of a life we once led, safe in the things that we haven't yet said. But the tape starts to flicker, the image is thin, and I'm losing the battle. I'm trying to win, oh, I'm stuck in the midnight rewind. Fast forward, pause. I'm searching for us in the glitches and flaws. Stop, eject. There's nothing left for me to protect. It's 12:01. The rewind is done, and I'm still the only one. Sound of cassette tape clicking off into static.
The gold is all fallen, the branches are bare. There's a hum of winter that's hanging in the air. I'm still wearing the sweater you left on the chair, breathing in shadows of when you were there. The garden we planted is buried in white, just like the words that I'm choking on tonight. I used to love how the world changed its hue, and now every season just tastes like without you. Spring was a promise we couldn't quite keep. Summer was secrets we whispered in sleep. Now the ice is a mirror reflecting my face, a stranger who's lost in a familiar place. And I'm walking through seas of solitude now, breaking the earth with the rusted out plow, waiting for flowers that I know won't grow in the freezing remains of a love long ago. The sun is a ghost and the wind is a cry. I'm watching the colors of my spirit die, from the heat to the frost, from the green to the gray. I'm just dying in seasons, since you went away. The rain in April doesn't wash away the pain. It just makes me remember your name in the rain. The July thunder sounds like your feet on the floor, running to meet me at the front of the door. Now the birds have all flown to a warmer retreat, while I'm measuring time by the snow on the street. How many winters must I spend alone before I stop feeling like a heart made of stone? Is there a climate where memories don't sting, where I don't see your eyes in the first bloom of spring? I'm tired of the cycle, the tilt of the earth, calculating what a broken heart's worth. I'd give up the stars and the moon and the sun to go back to the season before we were done. Solitude now, breaking the earth with a rusted out plow, waiting for flowers that I know won't grow in the freezing remains of a love long ago. The sun is a ghost and the wind is a cry. I'm watching the colors of my spirit die, from the heat to the frost, from the green to the gray. I'm just dying in season since you went away. Autumn, winter, the cold starts to splinter. I'm waiting for a thaw that'll never arrive, just trying to remember how to feel alive. It's so cold, it's so cold. Seasons of solitude turn into gold. Turn into ash. I'm staring at the frost across the glass, watching all the ghosts of our summer past. The air is getting thin, the sky is turning gray, and I'm still haunted by the things I didn't say.
I see your tan lines fading in my mind, while I'm shivering from the warmth I left behind. I thought I wanted freedom, thought I needed space, but all I found was winter in this empty place.
The calendar is taunting me, page and I'm just a prisoner of my own silent rage. If I could fold the stars and bend the hands of time, I'd rewrite the ending, I'd make the verses rhyme. I go back to December, to the night of the snow. Before I was foolish and I let you go, I'd hold on much tighter, I'd swallow my pride, I'd stay in the shelter of being by your side. It's a long, lonely winter, and I'm freezing alone, searching for the heart that I used to call home. If I could just reach you, I'd say it's my fault. I bring back the summer and melt all the soul. I go back to December. Your birthday came and went without a sound. I almost called to say I'm still around, but I saw your pictures. You look so alive, like you finally learned how to breathe and to thrive. And it kills me to know that the weight on your chest was the girl boy who promised to love you the best. Now I'm the shadow and you are the light, and I'm just a memory fading from sight. They say that the solstice is the shortest of days, but every hour without you is a permanent haze. I'm sorry for the coldness, I'm sorry for the fear, I'm sorry for every single December tear. I'd trade every future, I'd trade every breath to save our forever from this quiet death. Summer and melt all the soul. I go back to December. Back to the fireplace, back to your smile. I stay in that moment for a lifetime, wow. But the snow keeps falling and the wind starts to cry, and I'm just a hello, you didn't reply. December, please come back. Please come back. And a soft final piano. I found a letter in a shoebox today, dating back before the world turned to gray. You wrote, in 10 years we'll be on the coast, with a house and a dog and a morning light toast. I looked at the calendar, then at the wall. It's been 10 years today since I watched it all fall. The ink is still purple, the paper is white, but I'm sitting here in the ghost of that light. I wonder if you're waking up in that town while I'm still here, just trying not to drown. The math of the distance is easy to do, but I can't calculate a life without you. In 10 years' time, you were supposed to be mine. We were supposed to grow old, like a vintage of wine. Now the porch swing is empty, the garden is dead, and I'm sleeping alone on your side of the bed. 10 years of maybes, and where did we go? 10 years of secrets I'll never quite know. The clock keeps on ticking, but I'm standing still in the 10-year-old shadow of a dream we didn't fill. I saw your sister at a store down the lane. She looked at me softly, she felt all the pain. She told me you're happy, you've got a new life, a beautiful home and a beautiful wife. I smiled and I nodded, I said that's so great, while my heart felt the crush of a 10-year-old weight. I'm happy for you, I really am, dear, but it's been a decade of wishing you were here. Is there a version of us in the stars where we didn't break, where we don't have these scars, where the letter we wrote wasn't just a goodbye, but a map to a life that we didn't let die? I'm burning the calendar, page after page, but I'm still just a bird in a 10-year-old cage. In 10 years' time, you were supposed to be mine. We were supposed to grow old, like a vintage of wine. Now the porch swing is empty, the garden is dead, and I'm sleeping alone on your side of the bed. 10 years of maybe, of secrets I'll never quite know. The clock keeps on ticking, but I'm standing still in the 10-year-old short shadow of a dream we didn't fill. 10 years, 1,000 sunsets I watched on my own. 10 years of seeds that we planted but never were grown. I'm letting you go for the millionth time, but the mountain of us is too heavy to climb. Happy anniversary to the ghost of our life.
I remember when I felt as light as a spark. We were two paper lanterns drifting over the park, but the gravity changed when you walked out the door. And I don't think I've stood in my height anymore. I try to get up, try to wash off the day, but the ghost of your ghost keeps on pulling away. I'm a bird in the water, I'm a ship on the land, I'm a promise you made that you couldn't withstand. Doctors say physically I'm doing fine, but there's a cold, heavy metal where the sun used to shine. Now I'm carrying around this heart of lead, singing through the floorboards, singing through the bed. It's too heavy to lift, and it's too hard to break. It's the weight of the earth that you chose to forsake. I'm drowning while you're out there dancing in somebody's rain. God, it's heavy, it's cold, and it's dragging me down. The loneliest king with a laden crown. I went to the places where we used to hide, but I couldn't get past the front shadows inside. My chest feels so hollow, yet weighted with stone. The strange mathematics of being alone. 1 minus 1 shouldn't weigh quite this much, but I'm bruised by the memory of every soft touch. They say that time is a smith in a fire, that it melts down the greed and it burns the desire. But the furnace is cold and the embers are gray, and the lead only hardens at the end of the day. I'm tired of dragging this burden of you. Tell me, how do I make it feel like? How do I make it feel new? 'Cause I'm carrying around this heart of lead, singing through the floorboards, singing through the bed. It's too heavy to live, and it's too hard to break. It's the weight of the earth that you chose to forsake. I'm drowning in shallows, I'm anchored to pain. While you're out there dancing in somebody's rain. God, it's heavy, it's cold, and it's dragging me down. The loneliest king by step. Silence is heavy, the secret is kept. I'm just a statue waiting to rust. Everything beautiful turning to dust. It's so heavy, it's so cold. Heart of lead. Heart of lead.
The screen glows white in the dark of the hall. I'm leaning my head against the cold bedroom wall. I'm scrolling through years in a matter of seconds to a version of us that no longer reckons. The little red bar is a sliver of light, the only thing keeping you with me tonight. I'm holding the cable, but the outlet is dead, just like the things that we left in the bed. My thumb's on your face, but the glass feels so cold. A digital story that's already told. It's a low battery love, and we're down to 1%, trying to save all the time that we spent. The signal is fading, the screen's getting dim. I'm losing your voice on a desperate whim. One final I love you before it goes black. A message I'm sending that won't make it back. We're running on empty, we're out of time. Losing the rhythm and losing the rhyme. The charger is frayed and the connection is loose. I'm looking for reasons and find an excuse. You're a ghost in the cloud, you're a glitch in the frame. I'm typing I miss you, but I delete your name. The vibration is quiet, no typing in sight, just the buzz of the fridge in the dead of the night. They say we're connected, they say we're so close, but I'm staring at data and feeling like a ghost. What happens to us when the power runs out? Does the love disappear with the fear and the doubt? I don't wanna wake to a dark, empty screen, to a world where forever is just something we've been. reflection of me, all alone. The screen is dark, the room is still. I'm waiting for a spark, but I don't think it will. Built a palace out of Polaroids and tape, a little kingdom where we'd always escape. I put you on a pedestal, I gave you the moon, but the seasons change and they change too soon. Now I'm walking through hallways of hollowed out gold, trying to find the warmth in a hand I can't hold. The walls are thin, the ceiling's coming down. It's hard to be a king when you're destined to drown. And in the memory of how we used to be, before you turned your back on me, and I'm wearing this paper crown, watching my whole world burning down. It's made of the letters I never sent, and the broken pieces of what we meant. One little spark, one cold goodbye, and the throne turns to ash under a heavy sky. You left the throne, you left the town, and left me here in a paper crown. The ink is running where the rain hit the floor. I don't recognize my own name anymore. I painted the windows so I wouldn't see the ghost of the person you wanted from me. Now the jewels are just glass and the velvet is frayed, just a costume I wore for a part that I played. It doesn't take a storm to make it all fall, just a little bit of truth and a whole lot of cold. I'm folding the edges, I'm tearing the seams, I'm tired of living in cardboard dreams. I'd trade all this royalty for one honest word, but the silence is the loudest thing I've ever heard. Watching my whole world burning down. It's made of the letters I never sent, and the broken pieces of what we meant. One little spark, one cold goodbye, and the throne turns to ash under a heavy sky. You left the throne, you left the town, and left me here in a paper crown. It's just paper, it was always just paper. A stiff breeze blew when you were gone. I'm still sitting here waiting for dawn. Take the kingdom, take the throne. I'd rather be naked than be here alone. Watch it crumble, watch it fall. Paper crown.